Hello everyone and welcome back to Talisman Digital Edition. While waiting impatiently for online play, we will play another game. Looking at the leaderboard, Dingles is currently in first with 130,000 points. Alpha Diode has fallen somewhat in the rankings, as has Talisman Island. We are number 117 with around 10,000 points. It's going to take quite some time to get up to these levels. However, I think we'll try a new class. I have only played one game with the Minstrel, and I have not recorded any games with it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I am using Brawn, which allows me to start with Strength 3 instead of Strength 2, as I normally would. Intellect, which allows me to trade in craft trophies at 6 instead of 7. And Power, which is the same thing for strength-based creatures. So I turn in faster, and I start out with better strength. Hopefully that will put me on a better footing with my two AI players. I am not going to be using the classic rules, obviously, since I have runestones equipped. And off we go. It looks like we are against a druid and a warrior. The increased strength will help me against both of them. It will even me up against the druid and put me closer to the warrior. They probably have the same, health and power, and brawn and power, and resistance. Only toted for 2 turns, okay. So he artificially increased his strength as well. So, off we go. We start at the same location as the warrior, and we will immediately go get toted here at the Enchantress. Because why not? We'd lose literally nothing. And somebody's already getting randomed. Probably me. No, the warrior gets randomed, and he loses all craft, which doesn't really affect him since he's already at his base value. Perhaps he will get attacked. Or not. I believe that's fighting the farmer. Yes, indeed. A bit unfortunate for us. Some early life loss from the druid would not go amiss, I think. The warrior, however, going to a draw 1, where a demon appears. A wild demon appears. It's super effective. Demons this early in the game are always catastrophic. So, let's see. We don't want to encounter that space or the warrior. We cannot win either. So let's go draw some cards. An alchemist, very nice. I'll take it. Doesn't generally help me overall, I think. But it doesn't particularly hurt either. He does, in fact... Well, I wanted him to get toted, but he loses some strength, but he doesn't, because you can't go under your base value. Okay, let's see. Not another demon, there's only one in the deck. So a 6, 3 or better. Okay, the warrior fails to kill the hobgoblin and loses a life. He's down to 4 with the rest of us. And here we go. A 1. I don't particularly care to go to the church. chapel, sorry. Because it doesn't do me any good. I am good, so I could pray there, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I will try to get more strength, but instead I will take a safe passage. It is acceptable. The druid, of course, landing on a wood space, gets his full complement of spells, and promptly beaten up by an ogre. So, how did those spells work out for you, Mr. Druid? He is now 1 health down from the rest of us, which is fine with me. The warrior taking the Holy Grail for some craft, which doesn't really help him that much. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it, but I'm going to need some more strength to do so. I could land on his square or the graveyard, but the graveyard would hurt me. I don't particularly want to attack him. Methinks, since I'm only 1 down, well, I'm definitely moving here. Do I attack him for the Grail? He rolls 2 die. No, I think I need more of an advantage. I will merely encounter the space and draw a useless guide, who will not do very much at all. Meanwhile, the druid will take 3 turns in sequence, while the rest of us just sit idly by. He is turning good to go to the chapel to refill his life. All 1 of them. A decent choice, I will admit, between the 2. At least they accurately use those states. Picking up the rune sword, changing to evil to do so. I think the druid seems to be fairly well programmed in that regard. He should change back to good. Okay, I would have changed back to good for that fairy, but he now has an orb of knowledge, and if we can take that from him, it will serve us well. We have a decent chance we're evenly matched. Now, if we can only land on him, that's not going to help us land on him. Oh well, we get a magic belt, adding 1 to our strength. We are now evenly matched with the warrior, though we don't roll 2 die, of course. Potion of strength might make it more difficult to combat the druid. Why did the warrior not go? Ah, because of the maze. Very well. Unfortunately, the druid on the other side of the map. So, let us go back to the enchantress, where we shall... I don't think we can lose 1 strength. No, we cannot. Okay. That was slightly worrisome. My additional strength comes from a belt item, which cannot be taken away unless you take away the actual belt. A marsh coming out. That will also cause him to lose a turn. Handy for us. We are definitely not encountering that demon, devil, whichever. We will instead encounter an ogre. Very well. We can roll for crap. I have a fair amount of fate, and I think I could do better, but the game does hate me, after all, so this might be a 1. No. Okay, well, a standoff is better than it could have been. I will accept that begrudgingly. That's unfortunate. The druid picking up a unicorn. I would very much like to have that unicorn. Unfortunately, you cannot beat people up and take their followers. If I manage to get a spell, it might allow me to do so. But that's two things I want to take from the druid. A storm passes through the region. No, oh, he orbs it. Very well. A bag of gold to him. I don't know why he's not changing to good to accommodate the fairy. But such is the nature of AI. Is he going to attack? No. He is going to teleport to any space in the same region. Where he teleports to some place and gets a talisman. Okay. Very close indeed. But we will move over here, chase the druid about. Mephistopheles, we are converted to evil. Fine. I'm kind of okay with that. So, a blizzard being orbed. I'm kind of glad for that. But it wouldn't have hurt too much to have it on the board either. The Wraith would have beat him up, but his invisibility spell comes out and allows him to not evade. Okay, he ends the turn and is invisible. Whatever, man. A pestilence, everybody loses a life. The druid getting quite low. We're not too great ourselves. But the warrior is in the same boat, so it's alright. A 4. Let's go try to beat this guy up and take his orb. That's not going to work very well. A 9. Well, let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, 1 too low. He's going to take our magic belt. That is unfortunate. We have contributed to the success of a player that's not me. And that's bad. So now we need to chase him for multiple reasons. If he manages to die, we can pick up all of his stuff. So that's another thing to hope for. Well, perhaps not good enough to save him. Indeed it is not. This is apparently quite the wily bandit, capable of taking down brave warriors. Very close to landing on him, but I don't want to go to the marsh. So, he lives this day. A dragon is going to take us down to 2 health unless we get... Oh! Let's just evade it. I don't feel good about that combat. That's quite handy, actually. Had he made himself good, he could completely replenish his health, which would be very good for him. He was making some good decisions regarding his alignment before, but he apparently has ceased to do so. Oh, that's unfortunate. Had we hit this space earlier, we could have gotten one of our heart's desire. Fortunately, it doesn't particularly hurt us, but it's a draw 1, and this is not. So we'll go for the draw 1. An armor. Very well. I'll take it. And the druid goes to get toaded. Perhaps? No, he goes to the doctor. Probably a wise move. He probably should have done 1 more health. The warrior taking another stab at the hobgoblin. Probably killing it. In fact, yeah, the hobgoblin couldn't win at that score. So, moving right along. We certainly are not attacking that thing, the craft 10. So here we are. An imp teleports us to the Hidden Valley, where we draw 3 cards, a boar, a bear, and a pixie. We are... oh, we can charm. Let's... if we encounter both, right? Let's charm that one. Let's not charm that one. Okay, we should be able to handle that well. Very good. And we take the pixie, and the bear remains on the board since we failed to pick it up as a charmed creature. The druid, potentially attacking the warrior. Okay. Probably losing. An 8 and a 10. Very nice. Go warrior. Distribute some of that stuff. Unfortunately, that means I now have to take an orb from the warrior, which means I need more strength. Okay, the warrior taking on this bandit, who manages to slap him in the face and say, "Haha, not this day, Sir Warrior." He's down to 1 life. If all goes well, he could very well die. We will travel here, draw 1, an hermit, who goes to the Cursed Glade. There, and will give a talisman to the first person to visit. He will change to evil for that phantom, but not this thing, so... okay, a bit odd in terms of logic there, but that's fine. The warrior fighting a dragon. The dragon has a really good chance. In fact, the dragon has to hurt him now. The warrior is dead. We need to move out there and get his stuff. This is very good news. Unless the druid gets there first. So let's move out to the shrine, where we gain a fate. Okay, not too shabby. Let's hope that this guy doesn't get there before we do. We can evade the dragon. In fact, the druid is going to lose a health. Unless he rolled a 1, in which case it would be even. Honestly, I probably would have re-rolled that were I in the druid's shoes. But the druid doesn't wear shoes, so, you know. Okay, we need a 6. And indeed we get one. Let's see. Let's encounter, evade the dragon, take the grail. Can we take the grail? I don't think we can. But we can take the orb and this talisman. Indeed, the grail is left on the ground. Not a big deal, I got the orb, which was what I really wanted in the first place. The druid taking a stab at the bandit. This bandit that has defeated many a foe. But not this day. The druid, in fact, bests him in single combat. The warrior could go beat up the druid, which he won't do, apparently, but a magic stream comes out. If we got a 2, we could land here and take a follower, I think. Maiden or princess. Does he have... No, it's the unicorn. Okay. So we get a 4. Let's go... I think attack this guy, a craft 5. Give it a shot. Okay, that's a pretty good score. That really sucks. Actually, we're down to 2. I think I need to go become good, or attempt to. Okay, he is safe, I believe. No, he misses a turn. Very good for us. If we could land on this strength stream, that would be quite handy. Okay. Instead, we land back on the dragon or the marsh. This is not a terribly good roll. To be frank, even though I'm not Frank, I'm Ryan. Let's just re-roll it. Oh, really? Really? Okay, well, do we actually lose a turn here? Strength less than 5? Yes, we do, so we're not going there. We will instead merely waste this turn, evading the dragon and not picking up the grail. I guess we're not as far behind as the warrior, who actually just got a very good boost. No spell, because he can't get one with a craft of 2. And let's move to draw 1. A market. What can we afford? A mule. And a sword. Not bad. A mule. And a sword are what we shall take. That does mean that anyone else that lands there can take a mule if they so desire. But that's fine, I think. He should really change his alignment to good to get 1 spell, but he won't, because apparently he's done making good decisions. The warrior, getting more strength from the stream. Unfortunate that we need to keep him under-strengthed, but I don't think we have too much choice. We could beat up this guy and take back our magic belt, or the rune sword. Either one is effectively the same thing. But first, we need to beat him up, and we are only at a 4 in combat. He is at a 6. That doesn't sound like a terribly good idea, so let's instead go for this guy, who might still beat us up. An 8. Really? That's the second time that's happened. At least our armor will completely fail to save us. No, it's okay. We're down to 1 health. That is unfortunate. No one is winning this game except maybe the Druid. And indeed, he gets another strength. Oh, sad day. Oh, calamitous fortune. An even trade. A 5 versus a 2. Okay, so the warrior picking up a trophy. Oh, that's right, he can trade in on a 6 just as well as us. I had actually forgotten about that, to be honest. Let's draw a sorcerer. Do I really want him on the field? Not really, because I don't want... Well, the druid can recycle his spells anyway, and I have 1 gold. Okay. Let's get a spell. Destruction. Remove any face-up adventure card. I won't do it right now, mostly because I can't. Also, I don't have a very good target for it. For unknown reasons, the druid buying a water bottle. The warrior not getting a spell just as before. Well, dragon or maze. I am amazed at our complete lack of good choices here. So, encounter the space, evade the dragon, and move on. I want to hit here, where we will become good, and go to the chapel. To fully restore our health, theoretically, as we still have a fair amount of fate. The warrior foolishly choosing to lose a life by going to the graveyard like a noob. You do know that that hurts you, right? We are not good, so the mage really doesn't help us. It's a draw 1 for our purposes. Or we could gain a craft. If we roll well, let's give it a shot. I know that I needn't, but I shall. And indeed, I will gain a craft. Take that, game. I'm going to need one of those 2s momentarily. Else, I will very likely die. At this point, dying wouldn't be horrible, I think. I would lose a lot of time. A Solomon's Crown. Okay, now I need to be able to engage in psychic combat and kill the warrior. But no. 'Tis not to be. We'll try to teleport to the places we want to go. Not the temple, but I guess I'll take it. Because there are far worse things to happen. This is looking to be a longish game. None of us are particularly strong. The warrior is a few points away from being able to enter the strength route, dice with death. The druid is quite some distance away, as are we. A devil, we gain 1 life. That's actually fairly good for us. I'm glad that that happened. We were running fairly low of health. And so, the druid again failing to become good for the purpose of getting good stuff. The goblin trying mightily but failing. Okay, that's another turn in for a strength 7. He actually outmatches the warrior now. This is slightly disturbing. We do need to get on our game and actually defeat some things, get some trophies, etc. The druid does have a thing I want, but I can't really take it. What I need are more trophies or more strength from other sources. So let's just draw a healer. Fine. He will at least heal us up. Quite handy. Should be no problem. It's essentially an even match. 5 or 6? Not a 2. 2 is bad. Oh, well. He doesn't get a turn in from it. The warrior going to face the dragon for the Holy Grail. Which he may in fact do. Indeed he will. Handily defeating the dragon and taking the Grail for his own. He has chosen wisely. Okay. Well, I'm certainly not attacking that thing. So off we go. To draw a card, a water bottle. I will replace it in hopes of something better, like a bandit. We have a decent shot at a bandit. Okay, barely defeating it. Apparently with our horrible music. I tend to think of minstrels basically as bards in D&D. Nobody really wants to play them. Some people do for the lols. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. He's not that good, to be honest. But I haven't really played him too much, so he has enabled us to... Oh, this is bad. He has enabled us to evade dragons, which is quite good. We can't win this roll. In fact, our max is 1 too low. Oh, well, he's going to take something. Our orb, of course. The one thing in this life that I value. They took it away. Well, we can't fight the druid. That's for sure. His space does us no good. We're not fighting that thing. So, what to do, what to do? I have 3 fate, and I'm still evil. That was complete crap. Does this actually hurt us? Strength less than 5. Yes, it does. Okay, so miss a turn, or lose a life. 4 against 8, or lose something of value of ours, like a talisman. Okay, I think our best option, of all crap options, is to encounter the space and lose a turn. Unfortunate that. The druid, going to the graveyard. We are to be beaten up again. And our stuff stolen, blatantly, midday, by this heroic warrior. I I'm not even going to bother re-rolling. There's no point. Take my talisman, please. I didn't want it anyway. You see this talisman? I don't even need this talisman. And stuff. I'm not feeling that great about this game. It may in fact be a loss, but it will take forever. Since these guys have to get to 12 or so to make a run for the middle. So we are down some fate. How much? We're down 3 fate. And our other options aren't great, so let's replenish that. Not a great option while we're playing catch up here, but I think it was the best of the available options. Praying at the graveyard could get us a spell, but I don't think it would be that great. Okay. The druid could not have won that exchange, but his magic belt stolen. Oh. Yes, his magic belt. And something happened to the talisman. Not entirely sure what. But that's fine. We could try to kill this strength 5. We are at a 4. It would help us. So let's give it a shot. 3 or lower. Okay, very, very good. An easy trophy for us. We can trade in. That is a 9. Not a great trade, but one that I'm willing to take. Bringing us to a 4 strength, 5 in combat. No match, of course, for the druid's 7 in combat, or the warrior's 10, which is insane. If he gets that up to 12, he will probably make a run for the Crown of Command, which we are certainly in no place to deny him. The warrior essentially not doing very much. Okay, drawing again. It appears that once you choose to encounter a space or a character, you forever after have to make the decision, even if there is only one option. So, we can take this object. We are not at capacity as yet. The druid picking up an axe. The warrior, I don't know if he can kill this strength too. It's pretty strong. Yeah, there we go. Whatever, warrior, we all see your huge sword. Okay, let's get toted. Kind of our best option here, because we can gain some very nice things on decent rolls. Like that, where we gain a spell. I'll take it. Immobility. Okay. Haven't quite gotten the hang of that, because it won't allow me to cast it. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I want to cast it on the druid to stop him. Actually, can I cast it on the warrior? No, I cannot. Okay, so it did allow me to do so, but it did not highlight the druid's square as it did all of the mobs and people that I can immobilize. So, perhaps a bug, but I can in fact immobilize the druid. I will do so. Unfortunately, I could not immobilize the warrior. It was a bit too late. The druid may be getting his crap stolen again. Indeed, he is. An axe. It doesn't... Actually, it might help the warrior. Huh, he chose to discard it. Okay, I probably would have gotten rid of the craft thing. But hey man, it's whatever. We had some good luck with this guy before. So let's try again. See how badly we fail. A 10. And 1 down from us. Cool. That's very nice. We can, in fact, trade. That... Oh, because we can trade on 6s. I had, in fact, completely forgotten about that already. Getting used to the runestones. Kind of a ongoing process. Fortunately, they are all beneficial and not detrimental. Well, that I've seen so far. At least. A 1. Well, we're certainly not going there. Even though it wouldn't harm us, it's also no benefit, and this is a potential benefit. A Spectre Craft 3 should be okay. We didn't roll extreme crap, so that's good. Very nice. Another trophy or 2 of craft, and we can turn in for some more. We're approaching the druid's level of awesome. Unfortunately, we are to be beat up again. He's at a 10, we're at a 6. Oh boy. He did, however, get some very low rolls. We do need a 6 to tie it up. And we don't get it. Fine. I don't think it's worth re-rolling. I do have maximum fate. Oh, decisions. Yes. No. Okay, he takes... What did he take? He dropped a Solomon's Crown for whatever it was. The cross? Okay. Very well. That gives us a chance to pick up that Solomon's Crown, which is very good for us. Gaining a gold. Fine. Not horrible. Okay, a bag of gold. There's lots of gold coming out. Not gaining a strength. Very good. And... 6. That's not a 6. Okay, well... I've held on to this spell for a very long time. I could destroy this helmet and move to the square. In fact, I think I shall, somewhat to get rid of the spell. Now then, we can move here, draw 1, a witch, where we get toaded. No, indeed, we replenish fate. Not the worst happenstance. Not the best, either. Okay, the druid comes to market, where he picks up a water bottle, which causes him to immediately discard his sword like a noob. He now has 2 water bottles. Well, he won't go thirsty, and really? Really? Okay, well, I can't win. I needn't really roll. Come on, man. Leave me alone. Well, he's not going to pick up the armor because... why would he? He's leaving stuff all over the map. He's leaving my stuff all over the map. But the joke is on him. We will pick up his Solomon's crown. Haha. More craft for us, and he really probably will not get any benefit from that armor if he ever decides to pick it up. The druid might, but he'll have to get through the witch first. Okay, picking up a talisman for... nothing. He dropped the talisman again. He doesn't even have one. He could, had he picked up that talisman, have made a run for the Crown of Command. I think it could have worked. I would have tried it. The Enchantress, toting us. No, but we lose one craft. I don't like it. Lose one strength. That's slightly less horrible, I guess. The Druid teleporting. Oh. The Warrior teleporting? Oh, he must have lost a turn there. Toted! Yes. Don't re-roll it. Get a 1. Lose a life. Okay. Also acceptable. He will, for unknown reasons, pick up the armor that he dropped and immediately re-drop it. We could try to hit this guy. Does he have things that we want? Yes, he has a rune sword. We are... oh, we're not very close to him. He's at a 5. We're at a 5. He's at a 7. Okay. Whatever, we're not that far behind, right? What's he gonna take? Actually, we can't really do much. Well, at least it's a standoff. He can't take our crap, nor can we take his, but I suppose that that is okay. Changing to neutral. To get the Holy Lance, probably a decent choice. Moving into the Sentinel, probably to make a run. Handily defeating it. We are in really no position to go after him, nor is the Druid. He does drop his magic belt. A poor decision on his part. What did he get? A talisman. Okay. Oh, because the hermit was there. Okay. Oh. Okay, I suppose. I know I don't have to, but I need to take the chance. Well, we're gonna have to go after that warrior. We can't let him roam freely. Especially with the talisman and, well, less strength than he probably needs. Don't orb the serpent. You could easily kill the serpent and the bear. Okay, well, that's probably good too. A goblin and a mule. He can easily take a strength 5. Especially while it rolls 1s. He more than doubles its stuff. Out comes the mule, and he gets back up to 10 strength. Unfortunate. I don't think we can really help this scenario. I don't think we can pass the Sentinel, for one thing. So, is there anything on the board that I want? Not really. What's here? The market. Armor. A talisman. I want to go there, but maybe we can hitch a ride across to the temple. Very nice. We shall do so next turn. Not the lamest way to cross. The lamest way is by raft, because nobody does that. It is the second lamest. Crossing with the Sentinel is the coolest. He probably is moving in. He lost a strength because he rolled double sixes for the door. Okay, moving to the temple. Get us some good stuff. 7, gain a craft. Okay, that's not horrible. We're at an 8. If we can do some nice things, say gain a couple more craft, it would certainly be beneficial, but he will probably try to enter again using strength. And fail. He's down to 8. We are evenly matched with his strength and my craft. I don't feel very good about entering the door myself. A talisman, a shield, and a fountain of wisdom. All very good things. I will take both of those and some wisdom from the fountain. If I can pick up this magic belt, I will drop that shield, and all will be well, and the peasants will rejoice. And is he really okay, he abandons his quest. Probably a decent choice. I think I can steal that follower if I manage to land on him. Going to the runestone, or runes, where we draw a ghost who appears at the chapel. Kind of a non-entity at this point. I could really use some more of that craft, though. That's some tasty craft. Unfortunately, we're about to get beat up again. Roll low. An 11. Well, we need a 6. That's not a 6. Okay, what are you gonna take? Really? The shield? Okay, take it. I don't care. Fountain. That's not a fountain. Okay, moving to the woods, where we encounter a shadow. No problem at all. We should have just continued. Okay. Very nice. We can't really turn it in for anything, but that's fine. Every little bit helps. Since the warrior has abandoned his quest, and we do have a talisman. We do. Yes, we do have a talisman. I am less concerned about rushing for the crown. I can take some time to pick up more of that craft. And potentially beat up the wizard. Wizard, wow. The warrior. On the other hand, we probably can't, because he outmatches us in strength by quite a lot, and we can't engage in psychic combat. But we can dream. Okay, we do not have a water bottle. It looks like the druid lost his at some point, so we'll go to the castle, where essentially nothing happens. The druid still bumping around the outside going, "Hey guys, where are you?" Dropping the helmet for the ring, probably a good choice. I would like that ring myself. Unfortunate that... all characters except those of evil alignment must miss one turn. He did not pick up the amulet. Unfortunately, there's also a poltergeist. That's not horrible, but it's not good either. So we'll move to the runes, where we draw a wild boar. Do we want to charm it? No. We want it for its strength. Wow, that was way closer than it should have been. Okay. We have close to a craft. Okay. Sure loss of life versus not sure loss of life. I think I'll go for the pay him off option. Okay. Come on, Druid. You need to get your act together and come in here and help me beat up this warrior. The warrior, gaining his full complement of one spell. And I think it is worth it to hit that poltergeist. Craft of 4 or more, that's us. Okay, I will gladly take the poltergeist for more craft and more craft. We now have a good shot at entering this door. All we need to do is go there. We will lose 1 life here. On the other hand, we could move there, and then back here for more craft, and then make the run. At which point, we can't lose on this door portion. Okay, and the warrior loses a life because he's a noob and didn't pay him off with his extravagance of gold. Raiders take my 0 gold. Oh dear, whatever shall I do? The druid being a non-entity still. Whatever, it doesn't matter, he's not even good. He could have changed his alignment to meet that prerequisite, but that's fine. I wouldn't mind finishing this off, in fact. One thing that I had not considered until now, however, was the possibility of getting very nasty creatures. The Wraith, not really a problem. But if we encountered, say, a giant or a dragon, it might be a different story. We can trade our trophies in. 7 there. We only need 6, but 1 over is fine. For more craft, we're now at 13. And I feel comfortable, now, especially now that we have 1 gold, making a run for the door. On the other hand, I could bounce here and then back to the craft for 14, making this process much more doable. He is going to go here to draw 1, presumably. A gnome! I would very much like to have that. Unfortunately, 'tis not to be. But that means that he has a real possibility of winning. Sword. I already have one, so I won't take it. It doesn't really do either of them any good. Okay, a teleport coming from the druid. Oh no, what's he going to do now? Apparently not teleport. He is going to drop his water bottle for a talisman. Not that he can really do a whole lot in terms of getting in here and winning. But that's fine too. So the warrior, missing us by 1 square. The temple, I feel, is underrated, both by myself and the AI. I tend to avoid it to an extent. A dragon. We can evade that dragon. I don't want to deal with it. Kill the lemur. And get the wisdom. It is now no longer on the board. A good deal. I'm at a 14. The 3 die here is an 18. Meaning we have a very solid chance at passing it. So let's see what the warrior is trying to do. He gets a dragon, which he orbs. I don't know why. It would be an instant turn and it would be very good for him. But, you know, whatever. It's his turn. He can do what he likes. We will not lose a life. I'm really worried about this bit with the pit fiends. That's the only thing I'm worried about at this point. Oh, is he going to beat us up? No, he's going to try to move in to the door, and he will. Okay, well, hopefully he chooses the wrong path. We get attacked by a dragon. Okay, we can evade it. Not even a problem. I get the feeling that his next move is going to be unfortunate for him. The druid grabbing a wand, dropping the talisman. He apparently is giving up. Let's see where he gets teleported. Wow. Okay, to the Warlock's Cave, where he declines the roll. We will, of course, use craft. It can't really say no. So we will take this path so that we can use the craft entrance. The druid being dumb again. The warrior might try to follow us. He is behind, but I don't foresee us being stopped. His path takes him through Dice with Death, which is a notable... wow, that was really close. A notable killer of persons. Okay, a 10 versus a 14. We pass. Very nice. Someone is destroying a card. What will be destroyed? Really? The lemur? That's what you want to kill? Okay. Whatever you want, man. Is the warrior to follow us? No, he is not, but he is going for the pool of life. That's annoying. That means it's going to take that much longer to win the game. Okay. 1 life. I can certainly lose a follower. Really, any of these followers. Even the mule. But I have somewhat a personal vendetta against the guide because he's useless. He's not useless. The chasm is his one use. The pixie, you can evade creatures and characters in the woods. That's useful in far more situations. So the guide can be sacrificed to the vampire. Whatever, man. Go take this one for me. Okay. The Druid being ignored, as he has been for much of this late game. He did this time spend a gold. Not sure why, to be honest. Not sure why he did this time and not before. Okay, so we have to fight 3 Pit Fiends. I really didn't want to fight 6 of them. Unfortunately, this could go badly for us. A 10. Okay, so we lose a life, and we have to try again next turn. I think that is the first time I've ever gotten stopped on that square. Quite disconcerting, to be honest. Normally, by the time I make this run, I have enough strength that it really doesn't matter. I can roll 6s and handily defeat them every time, no roll. But that's fine. Eventually, we'll either die or win. Okay, the warrior coming after us. Let's try this again. Apparently we fight the same number. Really? A 1 again? Fine. Okay, we still win. A 2. Well, at least we're counting up, right? Another 2. Apparently we can't count very well, but fortunately neither can they. And that's all of them. We only lost 1 health. He might be teleported somewhere stupid, like the tavern, or the city, or the temple. Really, as long as it's not here, or allowing him to pass, then we're good. Unfortunately, it is even. He does not get teleported. He is quite behind, however. Unfortunately, unless he gets stuck at Dice with Death, he has a pretty good shot at going to the Crown of Command and killing us with his strength. I'm really banking on Dice with Death to win this game for me. The Druid's still doing dumb stuff. Low. 7. Okay. Better than 7. An 8. Very nice. Yes. Keep doing that death. Okay. Up we go. We roll the dice for a 5. Everyone else loses another health. The Druid, probably doing nothing again. Indeed. Don't win. Roll low. A 7. Okay. Better than 7. An 8 again. Very cool. Yes, keep the warrior there until I can kill him with my spell of awesome. Like that. That's my last fate, but if I don't use it now, then when? I could save it for if he comes up here, but I'm really banking on killing him before then. The Druid can... Oh, he got the healer. He gets 2 lives healed. Fortunately, he was already over his maximum, and all of these killing blows have really not affected him. Again, death wins. Very, very cool. Oh, that's bad. Okay. We have 3-ish turns till he's on us. Presuming that he wins this fight with death. Which he won't do. Which he won't do. Unless death rolls really crappy. Which he did, but better than the warrior. So ha, take that, you warrior. And he's dead. Haha. Now, all we need to do is kill the druid. All of the pressure is off. The AI has been killed. Haha. Death to you, Sir Warrior. Well fought. Good game. And the druid's next. He's not even trying at this point, because he knows he has no chance. He couldn't pass the door. Well, he could, but it's very unlikely that he passes the door. The door could roll double ones or something. Okay, let's continue not killing him. There are actually a fair number of ways for him to get into this area, but that's unfortunate. Even if he got in here, I don't think he could make either of these pathways if he got in the door. He's going to ditch his talisman, ensuring that he can't interfere with my plan. He's down to 2. All we need is a few more of those. And the battle will be won. He's really not helping himself. Okay, that's not a bad call on his part, a healing spell. I might have saved it for one more turn, just to get the maximum benefit from it. Become evil. My logic in that is that if he becomes evil, he needs this doctor. He can't go to the chapel to heal. That heal of his did set us back, but not too far. He doesn't have extremely high base health. And with the warrior gone, I really don't care at this point. It's just a matter of rolling sufficiently high values enough times. In fact, I would not be amiss to seeing... Amiss? That's not the right word. I wouldn't mind seeing the game just speed things up, auto-roll for you until something changes. A 1. Because really, I don't need to be doing this 20 billion times to kill one druid. If it would just roll for me and let me know when the druid, say, enters the door or approaches the crown of command by 1 space, I would pretty much be okay with that. I understand that it's... Really? Again? I understand that it's a board game, and in the board game you really do have to roll the die till you win. But come on, there are some efficiencies with computers that would be very nice. Okay, he misses a turn. Very good, we get 2 rolls for the price of 1. There's the first. The second won't kill him. I thought he missed a turn. The siren should have given me another turn, unless I am completely mistaken. Did he doesn't have an orb. No, he does not. He does, however, now have a talisman. Okay, failing to kill him yet again. Whatever, druid, your time shall come. A maiden. Exactly the wrong thing for him to get right now. He loses another health. Even though his craft is sufficiently high for him to pass the door now, I'm not really worried about it. I have a lot of rolls before he gets anywhere, and I doubt that he can really pass this. You really need a decent craft to roll 3 die. A 1. Fine. I have time. Another ghost coming out, going to the castle. He could actually use one of those, methinks. One day I shall strike the killing blow. One day this druid shall fall. Today is not that day. He is attacked by a dragon, but apparently not. Okay. Whatever. That day is still not today. If he suicides against the Black Knight, okay. That would have been silly. He can pay for a fair amount of healing. And he's up to full. Well, that made my job tougher. Especially since I am rolling very crappy things. He is going to try and fail. His craft goes down by 1. Oh wait, no. Wait. Thing stuff? Ah, right, if the total is equal to or less than. Okay. Well, I'm still not worried. Because I don't think he can get through that square. If I'm wrong, this could end badly. A 12 versus his 10. Not gonna help him. A 9 versus his 10. Okay, there's some more damage. It is a bit awkward. I thought that would teleport him somewhere else. Ah, 1 to 3. No, not the Crown of Command. I want to look there. I thought that took him to the Plane of Peril. But that's fine. He will move on, where he will discard some followers. Probably 2 of them, I think. Okay. He chose to lose a life. He is dead. He suicided. That was dumb. Making my victory here somewhat hollow. However, there was a 3-player game. Spirit Destroyer. I got Fate Weaver as well, Battle Master. I didn't exorcise the poltergeist. I just carried it to the Crown of Command. Most intelligent. Trophy Master. Probably not PvP Master. Big spender. Okay. I'll take it. Winner coming up again. Okay, no new levels. But that's fine. Well, I don't like the Minstrel. I felt harried all game. I couldn't win hardly anything combat-wise. And generally it felt sucky. So let's see. Up to 92, we're in the top 100 at 11.7k. We have quite a ways to go. Another few games could put us up here in the top 75 or 50. I think, here I am, beating out Bubbles, Phaedos, Knorr82, Z-A, Tron QC, Shandmal, 16, Wild Mick, and Changeling 69. Our next target, Sir Toby. And a bunch of other people, including the Mighty Weasel. But it looks like Dingles is not about to be pushed off of his throne yet, since we're not up there at the moment. Well, as I said, the Minstrel, weak. I probably could have used this charming a bit more. It's basically you have to beat its strength, kind of like an assassinate. But you added strength to yours in battle, but you can only use one at a time, so it's meh. It's very situational, not that good. Yeah, I just don't care for it. Admittedly, our evasion of dragons served us very well. We never got the chance to take a maiden or princess. And really, we're an overall mediocre character. I don't care for it. I probably won't play it again unless I random in. I think basically everyone else is better. Maybe not the thief. Maybe not the priest. Okay, he's in the bottom 5 sucky characters. I guess that's about as good as I'll call it. Anyway, I think that display of pure luck on our part in beating the game is a sufficient display for today, and we'll see you next time where hopefully we will have online play with more Talisman Digital Edition. See you then.